What's up, YouTube? Back in Bama with Corey, all about Bama football. Guys, we're not going to waste any of your time. We're going to get right into it. But I want to say, appreciate all of the great feedback about the content that you guys been seeing on Back in Bama with Corey. Now, Alabama has received a F grade. It's about an identity crisis for Alabama. And it says an F grade and an identity crisis mean Alabama football must stare into the abyss. A long road lies ahead for Alabama football to come back from being dominated in the Rose Bowl. First, hard truths must be faced. One of the meanings of staring into the abyss is confronting dark truths. The phrase can be applied to the Alabama football program following the Crimson Tide's failure against Indiana Hoosiers. Guys, and I'm gonna start wrapping up. I'm gonna stop talking about that game. It's probably gonna be one of the fewer articles that I'll cover talking about the past, because as I've said before, this channel was created to discuss the current state of the Alabama football program under Coach Kalen Deboer. This is not a channel that's dedicated to the hate and just all the negative things that you can say about a person. Kalen Deboer is the head football coach for the Alabama Crimson Tide. And that with that job and that responsibility, 8 years and $87 million, is going to come with scrutiny and criticism, which is all fair. So for those of you that come onto this platform and say, oh, comparing Deboer to Nick Saban, this, that, and the third, Nick Saban is no longer the football coach. Nick Saban did great things at Alabama. Now, it's yet to be determined for Coach Kalen Deboer. He's on the clock, but he has his opportunity to be just as great at Alabama as Nick Saban has already proven to us. But this channel is not an anti-Kalen Deboer channel or platform. We're simply, as fans, we are entitled to be able to be not only critical of our team, but also supportive. Roll Tide. There is no sound argument against what Indiana revealed about the Crimson Tide. Alabama's hoped for the best self was a mirage. The coaching staff must share the blame, but Kalen Deboer must bear by far the heaviest load. Deboer stumbled after the game when he talked about a fine line between where Alabama was this season and greatness, maybe delusional. Perhaps Deboer did not know that his team had suffered the worst bowl loss in Crimson Tide history. That is no excuse. The fine line comment was worse than a weak explanation. It was borderline delusional. Even if it had been accurate, almost no Alabama fan was going to agree. Deboer must now start over. He must do it quickly. Staff changes appear essential. Roster upgrades are needed at multiple positions. Offensive line, defensive line, and running backs are the most needed. And Ryan Grubb is rightly doubted, but there is little chance that Deboer will make a change at the offensive coordinator. Now, I've talked about that in some previous videos, is that Ryan Grubb came back after losing the job in Seattle to Alabama. And I don't think after the 2025 season that Deboer would cut ties with him after only 1 year. I think the 2026 season will make or break Deboer and also define whether or not Grubb is worth retaining if they don't produce in 2026. I don't think he'll be able to keep him around. Now, there are worries that Deboer and Grubb offense may require considerable tweaking, no doubt. And there are doubts about whether the duo is up to the task. Now, let's take another perspective from the Alabama fans. There's a step back from the edge of the cliff perspective for Alabama football fans. Now is too soon for many. Any claim must be followed by proof, and the opportunity for definitive proof is many months away. That's right. The season hasn't even started yet. The work has begun. It will be a long off season for Alabama fans. Yes, it already is. It might help to remember that Kalen Deboer accomplished what he had to achieve in the 2025 season. He won a playoff game, For many Crimson Tide fans, that is just barely enough. The bar will be higher next season. Nothing less than making a playoff semifinal game will do. Deboer will have to succeed in an environment that the Alabama football world has not known since 2008. The almost unimaginable fact is that no good team fears Alabama. You know, that's going to be a big factor if Alabama struggles in 2026. And again, we hope not. We hope that Kalen Deboer can turn this thing around in 2026, but we're not going to get any favors from the playoff committee if we're one of 3 or 4 teams on the verge of barely making it in, because the script A has no power anymore after the 2025 season. Now, college football has dramatically changed. Indiana and Ole Miss in the Final Four is evidence, but more stunning is how outclassed Alabama was in the Rose Bowl. So, guys, what's your thoughts about the F grade? This is contributed from Bama Hammer. I mean, I actually thought that was a really, really good piece, but there's a lot of work to be done. Guys, you share your thoughts. Remember what this channel is all about. I created this channel as a lifelong Alabama fan who is dedicated to his team, loves his team just like many of you. And this channel is about being critical of the team as much as being supportive of the Alabama Crimson Tide program. We want to see it restored to the greatness that once was, because now it seems like that 2020 championship, national championship, almost seemed many moons away now. And it's just, you know, it's a hard pill to swallow right now, seeing the struggles for Alabama. But guys, you leave a comment. I want to thank every subscriber. Thanks for every visitor to this channel. Leave a comment, share your thoughts. Back in Bama with Corey, all about Bama football. Until the next time, subscribe to Back in Bama with Corey, all about Bama football. Turn on all notifications and hit that like button.